The game was rigged right from the start. I'm sorry, at the very end of this episode, I couldn't help but think of the New Vegas beginning, where Benny shoots you in the head and stuff, telling you how everything is rigged. You never had a chance to win in the first place because everything was set up from the very beginning, and you didn't even know about it. You know, it goes to show you how we live our everyday mundane lives, not really thinking about the things around us, the food we eat, the products we use every day. We put on our face, we put on our hair, the body, we put on our mouths to brush our teeth, the wish wash, the things we wear, the things we use, cell phones, computers, televisions, and every now and then we find out there's something really, really messed up that just not right. Things that are literally killing us very slowly, and they can get away with it because of the policies that are put into play in certain countries, especially here. It's really, really just effed up, people. So, so watching this, it's like it's a cell phone thing all over again. And screw 5G. I think this is their version of 5G in this world. It's insane. So apparently, Depth Spreader, the new candidate that pretty much killed everybody last episode, including Rio herself. And Rio was a very powerful, powerful being. I mean, she had the the Cheshire Cat ability in a way, so there's no way anyone could really beat her unless you were like Goro or somebody and stuff. But he was that strong. And the only one that can stop him from continuing his rampage is Akisu. Now we're wondering, how is Akisu back? I thought maybe Goro just wished him back. When he was doing his ability thing. Because he was able to help Lowell become a human child again. So there's that. But no, Akisu comes from the past, from the episode right before he dies. And that's interesting though. This makes a lot of sense now. This really does. Because remember, in the episode where he dies, where Girl kills him, he says that we have this fight because it was to prepare you for what's going to happen into the future. He said that things would get worse from here on out. So he had to make sure that he was ready to do what he needed to do. So Goro said he jumped into this timeline, but not just this timeline, but plenty other timelines, seeing what's happening, and he's saying that yeah, things are kind of messed up and the world is ending. But this one seems to be really messed up, so I guess he wants to save this one more than any of them, I'm guessing. So that's not so. Right before, it reminds me actually of a story I read years ago, a very niche one, from the creator of Kaguya song Love is War. It is called Eve, Istanbul, and there's a girl on there who could also time travel and see the future, but she couldn't stop her own death, but she was still freely allowed to travel throughout time, nonetheless. And she was able to help out the allies and stuff, the things that are about to happen into the future. However, the manga was asked to create Kaguya-sama, so there's that. that really sucks. I really liked that manga. But anyway, sidetracked as usual. Seeing Lowell's face when she sees Akisu is something I did not expect. I didn't expect her to really have strong feelings towards him like that, but she did. She started to break down and cry. We never see this girl cry. We see her angry, frustrated, smirky, just being a total brat sometimes, but never ever see her cry like this. This is insane. So he must have meant a lot to her after all. After all, he was also Goro's best friend. So I guess understandable in a way. But yeah, man, she just started to break down. No matter what happened, nothing could get to her. She was always just got more angry, frustrated, like just a child full of emotions and stuff. Even her so supposedly called friend could get to her. And Echo, by the way, Echo for some reason has to play a part in this as well. Good thing about it, apparently only those with the ability of KamiErabi are able to remember that if they've been rewind through time. but somehow she's able to remember too. So she is somehow connected in all this as well. The fact that Laws, being a total tsundere, doesn't want her involved. But turns out that's not her choice. Echo said herself, you know, she's worried about her. She's worried about her a potential friend because they're friends. They're friends. It's just that Law is just such a tsundere, man. She will never admit it. But yeah, Echo wants some part in this. And it turns out she does have a part in all this. Rio said herself. Rio created that organization of the semi-permanent people who want to, withhold their rights. They want to make sure their rights are not going to be violated or taken away by the powers that be or by the masses in a way, because they see them as wrong. Because they believe it's an exotic mutation that happens that causes their cells to stay in place where they can multiply, but it doesn't cause them to age. So that's why they're into 828 incidents and stuff. So that's what happened. It was because of the KamiErabi incident. So is it just them or the other people who also were infected in that area? Is what I'm trying to figure out. So she has multiple people in this organization. Even Io herself is part of the organization to make sure she have her rights to be kept safe as well. So okay, that makes sense. So, and by the way, you can pretty much understand why Law does not want to help this girl. Because remember, Goro is dead because of Rio in the first place. Goro is about to finish up his ultimate power, and then she comes in, interrupts him, and I guess she does kills him. I thought she stopped him or caused him to disappear, but no, she kills him in the end. Okay, I totally forgot about that. I thought something else happened, but I was wrong. I was wrong. So there we go. Goro was killed by Ryu in the end. But however, there is a way to bring him back, and apparently Lowell has everything she needs for it to happen. What is that? I'm not sure. I thought they had to keep fighting. Speaking of fights, there's other fights. So before Death Spreader, who was the Prime Minister, by the way, who came in and he killed everybody at the cafe, he also killed off Rio. So Rio being so strong and she lost to Death Spreader just shows how strong he is. So of course they need to join forces for that to happen. That's insane. On the other hand, we have Kenta. Kenta being undecisive. Apparently he didn't want to join the group because he just felt out of place. His entire life, we've seen his backstory from last season, how he started to see the other faces of other people, to understand them more, to become a better leader. But ever since the incident, he feels so, like he stood in place. He doesn't know where to move anymore. So he just became a teacher to look out for kids for these past 12 years. But never truly took a real step forward. I guess you could say he was using the kids as a shield to use an excuse not to help the others and stuff. But Misaku pretty much showed her hey, these kids are fighting too. They going through every day, every life, not knowing what's going to happen to them, but they're still getting stronger. They're getting smarter. They're learning, and it's thanks to your help. But you not doing anything isn't going to help them at the end of the day. So it's more like they're helping you than you're helping them. Which he brought up a good point. And I didn't know this because they kind of brought on Kenta's power out on short notice from last season, so you didn't really know what his power really was about at all. But apparently, whoever he fights within that ring, they're not allowed to use their ability. So therefore, they have to face each other as they are, as normal human beings. Fair and fair. However, he did not know that Misaku can kick some serious butt without her power. So, Karo was kind of, Kato was kind of screwed there. Who knew? Who knew? So finally, the plot is truly moving. So the game itself never restarted. It was just suspended. It was put on hold for all this time. But now, for some reason, is bringing back up and everything. That's nuts. So now we understand what's happening now. Things are finally moving forward, within the plot and to see what happens next. Even if they do decide who becomes the god candidate, becomes the winner, what's going to happen? What's happening to the world itself? How are you going to stop this? And first of all, what's causing it? Who's causing the world to end the way it is? Well, we'll just have to see, We're like almost halfway there. So yeah, there's that. So anyways, that's all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This is the background on Madcrownxox, signing out.